my family is like full of scientists, so I've always been pressured to go into science, but my dad in particular is a chemist. So I never wanted to do exactly what he was telling me to do or be like exactly like him. So out of kind of like a teenage rebellion spirit, I decided to add engineering to the end of it. And ever since then, I've been looking into what chemical engineers can do with their major and like what kinds of jobs that they have in the field. And I grew more and more in love with it. And I think it's so versatile, and there's chemical engineers in places you wouldn't even think, like in food, in pharma, in energy. They're almost everywhere. So with all of those things in mind, I just stuck with it, and that's how I got here. So I think that the co-op that I recently finished, my second co-op, which was at PQ Corporation, definitely helped me figure out what I want to do with my career. I was there and I was in more of an R&D setting as compared to a manufacturing setting, which I spent my first co-op in. And because I was in that R&D setting, I saw chemical engineers at not only like people who have bachelor's degrees, but also people that have master's and PhDs. And I got the chance to speak to all of these people and learn more about what they do in their jobs. So what I learned was that I think I want to pursue a PhD after I complete my coursework here. And I learned that because I was speaking to one of my supervisors that I was doing work for who got a PhD, and he was able to give me so much advice. And I looked at what he was doing and I thought his job was like the most appealing out of all the other like chemists and chemical engineers that were there. So that helped me figure out what I want to do after I finished my undergraduate coursework. For some reason, mass transfer was just not clicking for me. And Dr. Lau, who's an amazing professor, he like challenged all of us, I think, in that course. And he was giving us like math concepts that we used like from our sophomore and freshman year, and he brought all of them back. But I think he definitely challenged me because I was just using like a different set of problem solving skills that I wasn't really used to using. And the course content was like really heavy compared to some other courses that we've taken before. So yeah, I guess just learning like a lot in a really short period of time as like Drexel quarter system goes. Yeah, I think that was one of my hardest classes. Some of the extracurricular activities that I'm a part of are AICHE, which is the American Institute of Chemical Engineers. I'm currently the president of that, and it's really important to me because it really connects students with the department and also helps to make the CBE community, the chemical and biological engineering community, connected with each other. So seniors and freshmen have the chance to interact, which they normally don't because of like the difference in level of classes. And I've personally met so many like older mentors through this club. So I'm really passionate about that, and I think it's a really like integral part of our chemical engineering community. One thing to keep in mind is to try and observe the people that are talking to you, like the students that are there, and see if you think you would get along with them. Because I think one thing that's really important and part of your college experience is the social life. And this is something I definitely did not take into account when I was looking at schools, but luckily I ended up fine at Drexel. But if you aren't able to get along with the type of people that go to the school that you are thinking about going to, then the experience is not going to be as much fun. It's definitely not going to be as easy as it could be, because you're not going to have people to work with. But you need to make sure that you can kind of interact with people around you.